What's going on, Flyers fans? It's your boy Sal G, back with you on another edition of Clear the Ice on It's a Wrap Network. Please make sure you give us a like, share, and subscribe. My finger's pointing to the banner going across the screen there. Make sure you like for your boy Sal G. Follow me at Sal G Philly on the X, on the Twitter. Give a like for the network. It's a wrap. Sports and share, subscribe. If you watch on YouTube, click on that notification icon so you get all the latest It's a Wrap streams right into your feeds. Hope you're all having a good night. Fortunately, Flyers did not win tonight. Fortunately for the Flyers, they did not get shut out. They actually made it the game tonight against the Washington Capitals. Played good, especially in the third period. I mean, the game started out looking like a laugher for the Caps, and having a 3-0 lead early on, it looked like the Flyers were potentially going to get shut out for 3 straight games. And the Washington Capitals are no joke. They are styling and profiling. Their win tonight, 46-15-8. And this is a team that retooled like the Flyers are trying to do. And it looks like they did it the right way. Maybe they got a little bit lucky. Maybe they just got the right pieces. Who knows? But it's working out for the Washington Capitals. It's working out for Alexander Ovechkin. What a milestone for him tonight. And we'll get into that. But coming into this game, the Washington Capitals have a plus 72 goal differential. Make that plus 73 after tonight's win. 8-3 in their last 11 games, won their last 8 out of 9 games. Ovechkin coming into the game 8 goals away from breaking Wayne Gretzky's NHL record of 894 goals. Ovechkin coming in against the Flyers has 51 goals in 77 games against Philly, and he did add another tally tonight. So we can now say Ovechkin has 52 goals in 78 games against the Flyers. The only person who has more goals against the Flyers is Pittsburgh Penguins' Sidney Crosby. Yes, Sid the Kid, who we all love to hate. Philadelphia power play over the last 9 games, 0 for 23 coming into the game. And they had a couple more power play attempts tonight and couldn't do squash with them. Flyers have now lost 8 of their last 9 games. 0-2 and shut out both games coming into tonight. And 14 goals in the past 9 games, including tonight's game. It's not real good. It's not real good average there. It's pretty bad. We could say shitty, I guess. And shitty rhymes with gritty. First period, shots on goal were pretty even. Flyers had 5 shots on goal. Washington Caps had 6 shots on goal. However, what makes the difference is the goals that are scored. And Washington gets on the board first with Alexander Ovechkin. He scores a goal with assists by Protas and Van Riemsdyk. This is pretty cool, though, I have to admit. And I'm a fan of Ovechkin. He did not break Gretzky's record yet, but I think we can call him the best pure goal scorer in the history of the NHL. Might not be the best player. We could probably still say it's Wayne. Best pure goal scorer, Ovi all the way. So number 8, Ovechkin scores a goal, which is 888th goal. 888. Crazy eights, triple eights. He got a one-timer in front of the net, and he didn't even get all of it, but he got enough to get the goal. now 7 goals from breaking Gretzky's record, and we're all hoping he does it. Man, he has a chance to do it this year. Let's see, 61 games, 69 games, 13 left for them. So there's a chance he does it this season. Although, you wonder if he'd prefer, I don't know, if he just wants to do it in front of the home fans. So if he gets really close, you know, I don't know how they're going to play it. And I don't know how they're going to do with the empty nets. Every time there's an empty net opportunity, they have Ovechkin in there to try and get that goal. But we'll see what happens. 7 goals away. I mean, there's definitely a chance he could do it this year. If not, it's for certain it's happening next season. And what a year he's having. I mean, unbelievable. How many goals is he up to now? 30 plus. I got to pull up the number here real quick. And this is live podcasting, friends. Pulling up, Alex Ovechkin has why did I see 35 goals counting tonight? That's pretty awesome, man. Pretty awesome for the 39-year-old from Mount Russia. 6'3", 238 pounds, 19 years into the league. And if he doesn't break the record this year, definitely going for number 20. Second period. Wait a second. Let me make sure I didn't mess this up here. Yeah, second period. Shots on goal, again, pretty even. Flyers had 7 shots on goal. The Capitals had 8. And at 1:56 into the period, Washington gets a goal. Brandon Duhaime gets a tipping goal with assist by Matt Roy. And Bouvelier puts the Caps up 2-0. Like I was saying, early on, this game was looking like a laugher and looking like another possible shutout for the Flyers. And if they would have been shut out, it would have been 3 games in a row that they've been shut out. So playing some bad hockey right now. Not really their fault though, because it's just attrition for the Flyers. I mean, they traded, a lot of their good players. And what they're playing with now is a skeleton crew. They don't have Garnet Hathaway. He's not playing. I don't know if he's coming back this year, what the deal is. But Hathaway's out. That he took that nasty hit in the middle of the ice a while back. Concussion ruled out, but maybe a bad neck injury going on. And we don't have Rasmus Ristolainen playing at the moment. So, it's really tough for the Flyers. It really is. For them, they just don't have the horses to keep up with the high-powered offenses. I mean, they don't score a ton of goals, and their goaltending is, I think we could say, mediocre to subpar. It's not that good. All right. Well, and we'll talk about here are the power play opportunities. I mean, Flyers had a couple power play opportunities in this game, couldn't do squat with them. So their scoreless power play streak still continues. 0 for 25 now on the power play after their 2 opportunities tonight. And their power play numbers coming into the game 14.8%, which is good for or bad for 30th in the league. Penalty kill for Washington 82.4. They're pretty darn good. That's 6th in the NHL. Flyers had a power play opportunity, 5:57 in the second period. Tom Wilson, a.k.a. Biff Tannen, gets called for a hooking, and they couldn't do squat with that. At least the Flyers were able to stop the power play of Washington. They were on the power play, 7:42 in the second period. Flyers able to kill that. But then Washington gets another goal in the second period. Mangiapane gets a goal, puts the Caps up 3-0. Assist by Beauvillier. Bad pass by Brink caused the turnover. 3-on-1 on that turnover. Urson pretty much helpless. Couldn't do squat there. Let up that goal. That goal wasn't his fault, but the other 2 goals, I don't know that he had a good game. I mean, I saw Tort's face at one point. It could be Tort's faces. You never know. When he's making those faces, he's pissed at somebody. So whether it's the goalie or the defense or just himself for for being the coach of the team right now, I don't know what it is. But the goalie's not that good. All right. No matter if it's Fedotov, no matter if it's Urson, no matter if it's Kolosov, I don't care who you put out there right now. You don't have anything better than a tandem goalie at best. That might be Urson. At best, tandem. He's not a starter. He's not playing 65 games. It's going to be less than that. A lot less. If it's not a 50-50 split, it's pretty darn close. Flyers had another power play opportunity, 12:40 in the second period. Too many men on the ice. Again, couldn't do squat with that. The third period, though, Flyers come alive when all hope appeared to be gone. The Flyers put up their best period of the game. Flyers outshot the Capitals 17-8 in the third period. So they really played their asses off. One thing you could say about this team is they don't quit. They really do play, all the way horn to horn. And you may hate John Tortorella, but John Tortorella has this team playing, and this team plays. I'm not saying that they play specifically for John Tortorella. I'm sure these guys have pride and they're playing for their teammates. They're playing for themselves. Hopefully they're playing for that logo on the center of their jersey. But these guys just don't quit. And, sometimes you see teams where they just are losing, whether they're just rebuilding or they're just done. And, the heart's gone. And that's one thing you can say about this team is the heart is not gone. They still play hard. So, and this third period really showed it. I mean, they had an opportunity to tie the game up. I don't know if they necessarily would have won, but they really played their asses off. Let's see, 5:10 in the third period. Flyers get on the board. Ryan Poehling gets a goal. And Poehling just muscled that puck into the net. And he was right in front there, just had a defender on him and just out muscled and put that puck into the net there. Washington up 3-1 at that point. Washington had another chance to really put this game away, make it a 4-1 game. 6:12 in the period. Washington was ruled with a goal. Carlson one-timer, backdoor, nice play. Assist by Dowd and Duhane, but no goal. The call was reviewed by the Flyers booth. Said there was a hand pass involved, and they showed it in the play. They kept going back and forth, showed it, and the hand pass from the Capital player to another Capital player. If a Flyers player did not touch it, did not touch that puck, and it was ruled that goal was disallowed. So they removed that goal. Washington still only up 3-1 at that point. 17-24. This was awesome. This is a mucker and a grinder. Sean Couturier gets a goal. Loose puck in the net. Goalie Lindgren is flopping and floundering and really trying to stop that puck, but it's loose. It's moving around. It's moving around the net there. It's moving around that goalie circle. And Coots puts it home. And this game, it was a game of challenges. I mean, 2 official reviews. It was ruled a no goal by goaltender interference, meaning that uh, at first glance, at first look on ice by the officials, they were saying that Lindgren stopped the puck and Couturier with his stick and just, with his power, just muscles the goaltender's glove blocker into the net to put the puck through. But upon review, it was determined that puck was just bouncing around there, and the goalie did not have it fully stopped underneath his gear. And Sean Couturier had every right to go after that puck because it was loose. And they gave Coots the goal. And he got assist by Poehling and Owen Tippett. And Washington's lead is now 3-2. And the Flyers fight in that third period was really something to see. Now, if you didn't watch that game, or if you tuned in late, you might have thought that's what the Flyers were doing all game. I'm not going to say they weren't playing hard all game. I take that back, but just being down 3-0, it looks like you got no chance, right? And the Flyers did. The Flyers made it a game in the third period. However, couldn't do anything about it. Flyers lost the game. The Flyers were outscored 10-2 in their last 3 games. They scored 2 goals tonight, and in their previous 2 games, they didn't score any goals. So they had a chance to get shut out 3 times in a row, and they didn't. Credit the Flyers, playing hard. Ryan Poehling had himself a decent game, got a goal and an assist. Couturier got the dumpster goal, the trash goal, put it in. Nothing wrong with that. Mucking and grinding. Owen Tippett got an assist. Flyers still laid the wood down. I mean, the one thing they do is they hit and they block shots. And you got 18 hits to this game. They out-hit the Capitals 18-13. I don't have the block shots number, but the Flyers are always blocking shots. And that says something else about this team. They're not playing for anything right now, and they're still putting their bodies on the line. Now, I know Torts is probably yelling at these guys and saying, I want every shot blocked and this, that, and the other thing. But these guys are still blocking shots. They have a lot of pride. And it's nice to see. And the comments are jumping tonight. Lord, take a look at this. And if you haven't already, give us a like, share, and subscribe. Take a look. Joe Hale checking in says, hey, how are you tonight? I'm doing good, Joe. Even though the Flyers lost, it's still a valiant effort by the club. I love Tort's challenges tonight. Yeah. And it's not just Tort, it's just the guys in the booth there working for the Flyers, other players or other people that work for the team that their specific job is to check these type of on ice plays and see if there's any challenges. And yeah, it was nice. And Torch was fired up too. When Couturier got that goal, he was pumped up. He was raising his fist up, and he was happy. He was happy for the club, and he still wants to, even though they're losing, and they're going into the end of the year and with a lottery pick, hopefully a top lottery pick, and then with a bunch of draft picks going into the draft. They still have pride, and that shows with the coach and the players. Michael Papernik checking in. What's up, buddy? He says the best thing that could happen to the Flyers is Comcast sell the team to someone who cares. The Flyers and Sixers are an embarrassment to the city and Philly and their fans. Damn, Mike. Now look, I'll grant you the Sixers are an embarrassment to the city of Philly and their fans. I thought Comcast still owns the Flyers. Now I hear that the Sixers potentially could sell their team back to Comcast, and I'd be cool with that. But I can't say the Flyers are an embarrassment. I'll say the Sixers are because they were expected to do big things this year. But the Flyers, they were not expected to contend. There's no way me coming into the season was going to say they're going to win the Stanley Cup. If they were going to make the playoffs, it was a one and done type situation. If I didn't think they're going to make the playoffs. I mean, there was always a chance. They didn't make them last year. But I don't think they're going to sell their team. I hope not. And I don't want them to move out of Philadelphia either. There you go, Joe. Joe Hale saying, I love the hustle by the Flyers tonight. So we got some contrasting opinions here by Joe and Michael. I'd rather watch Snapshot than the Flyers. You mean Slapshot? Slapshot's awesome. I don't know. Is Snapshot a cool movie? Is Snapshot a different movie? Or did you mean Slapshot? I love Slapshot with Paul Newman. That's a great movie. And the Hanson twins or triplets. Twins? Michael Papernik saying the Flyers haven't had a good goalie or great one since Pelle Lindbergh. I mean, Hextall had his moments. We did have Bobrovsky, but he wasn't anywhere near as polished until he was moved. But yeah, goaltender for this franchise has it's been a while, right? It's been a while. And Joe saying Coots played hard tonight also. He did, man. And he was like fired up when they said, "Hey, that's no goal." And he was arguing on the ice with the refs and all and say, "Yo, man, that was a goal." And they went back and then they reviewed it and all. Hey man, good for Coots. He did play hard. Flyers haven't been relevant since the Lindros era. Well, I mean, they did make the Stanley Cup against the Chicago Blackhawks. I know they lost, but they Patrick Kane, did ascend, but I can't say they haven't been relevant. Barbara checking in. Hey, Barbara, saying Sal, sad times continue with this team. Yeah, I mean, we're nearing the end of the season, and you know, I don't want to say we'll be put out of our misery soon. Because I have enjoyed watching this team this year. I really have, and I know they're not good, and they were not expected to do anything, and I know it's tough to watch. I can't tell anybody, yeah, you have to watch them. Yeah, you have to go to the games. I mean, I would not pay to go see a game right now in the remaining, dozen or so that are left. I wouldn't do that. I can still watch them on TV and, try and root for them and just try and see something that can carry over. I mean, having like a 3-game win streak to end the season, is it going to carry over in the next season? But just this hard play that you see, if they finish off the season that way, you still have optimism that they're still going to play hard next season and they're going to be better next season. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't think, next season is the year that they're going to go ahead and just go full on Stanley Cup run. I don't think that's it. They're going to add some young players. They might add a player here and there, but I don't think you're going to find a 1C in free agency. I don't think you're going to find a number one defenseman in free agency. And we do. You're right. You're right, Barbara. We do need stars. This roster is bottom tier. Yeah, and everybody that we could trade off this team, we did. We moved them. So it's hard, when you move a bunch of players and all that to just expect, to get better. I mean, you know that you're just going downhill at this point and everything's just snowballing. Near the end of the game, Konechny should have passed it instead of shooting it. Uh, Joe, I thought the way I saw it, I thought Konechny did pass it and he could have shot it. He had a lane to shoot and he didn't. And then you wonder, is Konechny just not trusting himself? Is he hurt? He's got to be banged up because he was on pace for 40 goals and he just all of a sudden everything dried up. And I don't think all of a sudden he went from being a good player to just being shit. I think there's something going on. I think there's something bothering him. He's banged up. Yeah, he's not going to tell you he's banged up, but it might come out at the end of the year or, don't be surprised if you see Konechny got some type of surgery or something. I go back to a play a while back where Konechny went like head first into the boards. And after around that, at that time, Konechny's play seemed to have slipped. Now he's still getting assists, he's still getting points. He just can't get those goals. And man, he had a couple of opportunities tonight. The one where Mitchkov passed it to him, that was a nice play. It was just a Mitchkov could have got it just a touch sooner. Konechny had a goal. I don't think that was Konechny's fault there that he missed. I just think Mishkov was late with that pass. And then the other opportunity, Konechny was right in right at the goalie there, tried to make a move, just couldn't put it in. I mean, he's trying his ass off too. But I wouldn't be surprised if he's hurt or something. And we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, guys. Well, about to sign off here. Before I do, a little bit of business here. Final word with Maddie B. We got a new time slot here, so make sure you guys check that out. Just there used to be 8 p.m. Eastern. Now it's Sunday through Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you guys check that out. And for all you Philadelphia Phillies fans, we have the 2025 season preview this Sunday, March 23rd at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And make sure you tune into that. I'll be on that show. Have a cavalcade of characters on there for you guys. Excuse me. And for your Clear the Ice enjoyment, if you want to suffer like me and everybody else on here tonight chiming in, we got Mike Lauro on the bump against those Dallas Stars Saturday. Tune into that. Hope you tune in. All right, guys. Well, it's been great hanging out with you tonight. I hope you all have a great evening. Talk to you again next time. Take care, everyone. Peace.